Despite Tesla keeping the car under wraps for months, we now have early information on the major changes coming to the best-selling electric vehicle of all time. The Tesla Model 3 consistently impresses fans of the brand with its competitive pricing, high performance, and regularly updated features. Top experts predict this car will continue to excel in 2023. What advancements has the Model 3 made to maintain its popularity and dominance in the market? Let's dive right into today's episode and find out. Welcome to Tesla Car World, where we bring you the latest updates on all things Tesla. Thanks for tuning in, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you'll be up to date with all our future video updates. Now let's dive into today's topic. First and foremost, the Model 3 price has dropped dramatically. Tesla implemented another wave of price cuts across the Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. It's the second time this month, resulting in the electric car starting under $40,000 before incentives. After consistently and gradually increasing its electric vehicle price over the last 2 years, Tesla is starting to bring those prices down to keep demand up. It started with a big price drop in early January and then some smaller adjustments, with the latest coming in February for Model 3 and Model Y and last month for Model S and Model X. We thought Tesla might take a break from reducing prices, but the automaker again slashed prices across the entire lineup earlier this month. When we say the Model 3 is the most affordable Tesla, that doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't cost a lot, especially in 2023. You might recall when Tesla first introduced the EV in 2016, it was aiming to deliver at a price below $35,000, and they did for a very short period of time. But currently, the rear-wheel drive trim of the Tesla Model 3 starts with an MSRP of $39,990 with zero upgrades, not including taxes, destination, or any other fees. To give you the full range of the Model 3, we also priced it loaded with every available upgrade, including that red paint, 19-inch sport wheels, black and white interior, plus the perpetually forthcoming full self-driving capability, and that adds $15,000. So all in, that fully loaded rear-wheel drive Model 3 is $59,490. Now, if you don't want to spring for that full self-driving capability, Tesla offers a less robust add-on called Enhanced Autopilot that gives features like auto lane change, auto park, and navigation on autopilot. That option's only $6,000, which is much less than the $15,000 we mentioned earlier. The long-range Model 3 used to start at $55,990. It reached a top end of $72,490, but that version is currently not available until later in 2023, so pricing has been removed for this time. Lastly, the performance version of the Model 3 starts significantly lower in 2023 than in 2022. That MSRP is $52,990. Decked out, it can go as high as $70,990 with 20-inch Uber turbine wheels and some other add-ons we mentioned above. Another new sales tactic for Tesla is a separate fee for charging connectors. No matter which model or trim you choose, you'll now pay an additional $200 to $400 for that mobile or wall charging connector. Model 3 prices have come a long way since its initial debut as Tesla's cheapest EV, but you can still save some cash by getting yourself a pre-owned model. Following the U.S. Treasury Department's updated battery guidance, all trims of the 2022 and 2023 Model 3 EVs qualify for some level of federal tax credit. For instance, the standard rear-wheel drive model can qualify for up to $3,750 in credit, while the performance model will qualify for the full $7,500. The asking price for this exceptional Tesla product is remarkably reasonable. Rather than waiting for a car priced around $25,000, why not spend an additional $15,000 and get the flawless version of this vehicle? And what's so remarkable about the Model 3 exterior? The 2024 Tesla Model 3 has been caught on camera with a fresh look. Images of the Model 3 prototype were published by the Kilowatts on Twitter, while the Tesla was wearing thick camouflage over the rear and front end, including the headlights, suggesting the update will include a noticeable exterior facelift. It's the first time the electric car's been spied with this 18-inch alloy wheel design, though like current 18-inch wheels on offer from the company. Caped Model 3s have been spotted with the front bumper, rear end, and dash covered. However, more recently, the Incognito Model 3 also had the headlights covered. The headlight openings that were clear before are now covered in what appeared to be duct tape. A new shape of headlights also will mean a new front bumper. There's been a lot of speculation that the front of the car is changing after recent images show a smoother front end. Tesla is always looking for more aerodynamics to improve the drag coefficient. However, there's another good reason for redesigning a new front bumper. The front bumper will now house a single camera in the center arm of the lower vent area of the bumper. The rear bumper also being redesigned, although it's not clear why. We don't expect the rear camera to change position, and there won't be additional cameras in the rear of the vehicle. The new rear bumper could just be a refresh of the car, and it may have some cost-saving measures. Updated mirrors also joining the party. We're told they will receive a mirror refresh that will look similar to the way they do today. It's not clear whether Tesla is changing them to match other areas or to streamline manufacturing, but we've been told to expect a minor change. Tesla recently launched hardware 4.0 on Model S and Model X cars, although many were surprised to learn the new vehicles feature the same number of cameras as HW3 vehicles, when Hardware 4 allows for more cameras. This is where Project Highland comes in. We can now say that more cameras will indeed be used in Project Highland. There will be 3 new cameras in all, one in the center of the front bumper, as we discussed earlier, and 2 more on the sides of the vehicle. The fender camera housing will now contain 2 cameras each, one facing backwards as it does now, while the other will point in the other direction. It's not clear how the new camera would be oriented, but we speculate they'll be aimed off to the side to give the car a better view at certain intersections. As previously reported, the repeater camera housing on the front fender appears to be changing. It now appears to include a line that goes farther back than the original. This could be part of the new design. With the new front bumper cameras and the 2 additional side cameras, Tesla may now have everything it needs to provide a real bird's-eye view that's often seen in many vehicles. In order to cut cost, Tesla is removing the vehicle's temperature sensor that detects the temperature outside of the vehicle. Instead of using a sensor, the vehicle will determine the exterior temperature based on its GPS location and the weather data. This could lead to more accurate temperature being displayed, as wind or other environmental factors can sometimes cause inaccuracy. However, owners will lose the ability to view the temperature in their immediate location, such as their garage. What are the new chassis and battery details used in the Model 3? Tesla is still chasing the white whale known as the $25,000 EV. To land that beast, they'll have to continue to improve efficiencies in production to help bring costs down. In 2021, Tesla redesigned its castings from the Model Y so that the rear underbody is stamped out in one large piece rather than 70 individual pieces like the Model 3. Conventional wisdom says that a new Model 3 will most likely get the same chassis revision. A simplified chassis with fewer parts might lead to a lower price, but we can't guarantee that. We don't imagine that driving dynamics would change drastically with the revision, but we wouldn't rule out a slightly stiffer chassis that feels a bit tighter when zipping around. And it's highly likely that any next-gen Tesla model will run on the automaker's latest battery technology. That means there's a very good chance the new Tesla Model 3 will run on the larger 4680 battery that's normally found in the Model Y. There's also a possibility that these 4680s will use the new dry coat electrode tech that Tesla put that in production last year at California and Texas, and it has the potential to reduce costs for Teslas by half. Tesla could pass the savings along to consumers or use it to fund the development of a new, cheaper model. We expect battery range to stay about the same or improve slightly in the next Model 3. Similar to Model 3 having Juniper project, Model 3 is also being deployed on a new project with surprising changes. So what exactly is that project? While Tesla scrambles to ready the Cybertruck electric pickup for release, engineers at the electric vehicle maker have also been working on an update to the car that already exists, the Model 3. That update would cut production cost and boost the appeal of the Model 3. One focus of the redesign, codenamed Highland, is to reduce the number of components and complexity in the interior of the Model 3 while focusing on features that Tesla buyers value, including the display, according to the people who asked not to be named because the revamp is not yet announced. The revamp of the battery-powered sedan could also include some changes to the exterior and powertrain performance. It will go into production at Tesla's factory in Shanghai and the company's Fremont, California plant, two of those people said. Tesla's Shanghai Gigafactory will put the redesigned Model 3 into production in the third quarter of 2023, they said. Project Highland will ship with Tesla's latest supercomputer, Hardware 4. The cameras themselves are expected to be the same cameras featured on HW4 Model S and Model X vehicles. They're estimated to be 5-megapixel cameras with an anti-glare coating. These cameras are significantly more advanced than the current 1.2-megapixel cameras in the current HW3 vehicles. Furthermore, the new Model 3 updates will increase range and performance. If you're looking for pure power and acceleration, the Model 3 performance will not disappoint. Acceleration of 0 to 60 in 3.1 seconds, a top speed of 162 miles per hour. It will be a dual-motor all-wheel drive, and the range is higher than the standard but lower than the long-range model at 315 miles. The Model 3 long range may be the best choice for long road trips and cold weather. It boasts up to 358 miles of range, has a little slower acceleration at 4.2 seconds at 0 to 60, and a lower top speed at 145 miles per hour compared to the Model 3 Performance. However, the additional 43 miles might be the difference between getting to your destination comfortably and having to worry about a power station and waiting for a charge. The standard model has an even lower speed and range, but it still does very well. In terms of performance, considering the price, it's the most affordable of all three trims. And if you were to account for incentives and gas savings, this price equates to $31,790. The 0 to 60 acceleration, 5.8 seconds. Top speed, 140 miles per hour, and the range, 272 miles in the top configuration. That's a great difference compared to the long-range trim. An absolute scoring feature of Tesla that always makes buyers feel secure is the car's safety index. The Model 3 was a top safety pick plus in the IIHS ratings in 2022, a level above the top safety pick. And it's not surprising considering that Tesla has held up to very high safety standards for years, and we're likely to see that trend continue. Tesla's affordable midsize sedan received the max score good on a 4-score scale of every one of the crash tests. The vehicle-to-vehicle and vehicle-to-pedestrian front crash prevention systems received a maximum rating of superior, that's above advanced and basic. The only non-maximum score on the overall rating was for child seat anchors. IIHS considers the lower anchors to be too deep in the seat. Overall, the Model 3 offers low injury risk, a tough roof, and great crash mitigation ability. There seems to be a persistent issue on the Model 3, though, just like on the elder brother Model Y, and that's the phantom braking. Phantom braking is when a vehicle with forward collision avoidance gets confused and stops without there being a risk of a crash. Many customers reported their cars slowing down and/or stopping, which can be especially dangerous on a highway. Tesla offers repairs for those vehicles. However, while relatively uncommon, it is a serious safety issue that will hopefully be resolved soon. So, what can we expect from the future Model 3? Much like the Model Y, the crossover cousin of the Model 3, the sedan has been improving slowly and steadily. Tesla does occasionally, like every car maker, announce a big change, but it seems like the company prefers a steadier course rather than surprises, at least with the Model 3. In a recent podcast, Tesla's chief designer Franz von Holzhausen said, "I think that there are things we're always looking at. Those vehicles are great at what they are, and we haven't seen a need or a demand for a change, so don't fix it if it isn't broke." That's kind of the mentality. That was his response to whether the steering wheel stalks would be removed on the Model 3 and Model Y. Just now, we've provided you with all the latest updates of the Tesla Model 3 of 2023, and we can assure you, you'll never regret your decision to own one of these supercars. What do you think of the new updates? Well, why don't you let us know below in the comments section? We'd love that.
So it's going to be a really great car. I think You will not be able to find a better car, gasoline or electric, in that price range that is anywhere near as great.
Tesla has sold 1,917,450 units since its beginning, and Tesla's Model 3 was the first electric car to have more than 1 million sales. Recently, Tesla is reportedly working on a look and interior redesign for its best-selling Model 3 sedan, whose exterior is getting a bit long in the tooth after 5 years in service. Why did Tesla decide to redesign the Model 3? What are these changes? A new Tesla Model 3 prototype with camouflage has been spotted in California. This prototype could be the upcoming Tesla Model 3 midlife update. Anyway, how will the price of the new Model 3 change? The base price of a Model 3 electric car will be $46,990, like $10 short of $47,000. And the top of the line performance model will cost $63,000 minus $10. The company is offering $7,500 off the price of its Model 3 sedan if you can take delivery before the end of the year. So you only have to pay $39,490 or $55,490 depending on which trim you get in for this car. Buyers also get 10,000 miles of free electricity on Tesla's supercharger network. What a deal! Moreover, Elon Musk's Model 3 manufacturing simplification initiative, codenamed Project Highland, there can only be one, would eliminate numerous extraneous components and features, while also introducing a fresh exterior and interior. This is purportedly intended to drastically cut production costs. We hope there will be a wave of discounts of about 10% on this model in late 2023, minus the $4,700 discount, $7,500 tax credit, and the Model 3's price drops to about $34,790. This is a truly good price.
This will still be an amazing car. You will not be able to buy a better car for $35,000.
Tesla has been integrating its large casting technology into the Model 3 with single large casting parts replacing dozens of parts in the electric SUV's second half of 2023. What changes were made for the exterior of the new Model 3? A lot of Model 3 owners seem to have rear end hits, making us wonder if the brake lights aren't really noticeable enough. Tesla seems to just use a short row of LEDs as brake lights. So then how did they fix this? Tesla has tweaked the new Model 3's taillight design with small and simple changes that will make a big difference. The biggest and most important update is the turn signal. Until now, the turn signal in the Model 3 taillights was red, the same color as the brake lights. With the updated design, the turn signal is now amber, making it much clearer to nearby motorists that you are planning on turning. There is up to a 28% decrease in the likelihood of a collision with amber turn signals. Along with the turn signals, Tesla says the outer C-shaped portion of the taillights now illuminates brighter when braking. This happens when you apply the brakes manually, when a driver assist feature applies the brakes for you, or when regenerative braking slows you down. One final change is that the red portion of the taillights is a brighter shade of red when the taillights are off. What about the tires? Any new updates for them for 2023? Tesla appears to have changed its Model 3 18-inch tire supplier to Hankook, outfitting their new cars with Hankook Kinergy GT tires instead of the typical Michelin Primacy MXM4. The biggest difference between the two tires is the load index, which is the maximum weight a tire can support when properly inflated. The previous Michelin tires had a load index of 98XL, while the new Hankook tires are 94L. The load index of 98 refers to the 1,653 pounds of carrying capacity, and 94 equals 1,477 pounds of capacity. Despite having a lower load capacity of 176 pounds in difference, the Hankook tires still had more than enough capacity to do the job for any version of the Model 3, thus a higher load index isn't necessary. But how does the new interior redesign of the 2023 Model 3 compare to the old one? Over and over, we found parts that are not needed. They were put in there just in case or by mistake. We eliminated so many parts from a car that did nothing, tipped Elon Musk, hinting at how he intends to approach the manufacturing of the upcoming Model 3 redesign. As for the interior, Tesla will eventually be gunning for a more minimalistic look that will focus on the features that drivers actually use in the car. Chief among among those will be the big central display console. Last year's Model S interior overhaul disposed of buttons and air vents that Tesla apparently now considers eyesores. So the new Model 3 may undergo a similar transformation. So what's new for the 2023 Model 3? The photos taken in a parking garage in Santa Cruz, California show a Model 3 with a round tarp indentation right above the headlights on the side of the vehicle, leading to speculation that these could be rumored side cameras that will cover blind spots for Tesla's self-driving system, which now only relies on its vision set of cameras eschewing LiDAR. The under-the-windshield camera can only help so much with obstacles in close proximity. In light of Tesla giving up on ultrasonic sensors, this might pose a problem. Having cameras closer to the front and the ground can help mitigate this and offer improved vision when creeping forward at intersections. As you can see, the headlight camo is held in place with Velcro, so it is easy to remove when driving. So what kind of battery are we expecting for the new 2023 Model 3? In an interesting way to cut costs, Tesla has decided to switch to M3P phosphate batteries. The first units with those packs are expected to hit the conveyor belts early next year. Official data shows that the energy density of these batteries will be about 15% higher than that of the LFP types, or lithium iron phosphates, which hovers around 210 kilowatt hours per kilogram. Currently, the Tesla Model 3 assembled at Gigafactory Shanghai is powered by LFP batteries sourced from CATL. They offer a comprehensive operating range between 345 miles and 420 miles. Giggity. With the new M3P batteries, a Tesla Model 3 should be able to travel more than 435 miles on one single charge. When is it going to be produced? The production of the arguably most cheapest Tesla car, the Model 3, will start in July of next year, and Tesla will split its manufacturing between the Fremont and Shanghai Gigafactories. First in line for assembling the refreshed Model 3 will be the newly modernized Gigafactory Shanghai plant, though, as the Fremont factory is one of Tesla's oldest and least efficient. So how do you feel about this sneak peek into the 2023 Model 3? Could you spot that camouflage? I couldn't see it. I guess it's living up to its name. What about that new autopilot sensor suite? Wow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below.
So it's going to be a really great car. I think you will not be able to find a better car, gasoline or electric, in that price range that is anywhere near as great.
Though the Tesla Roadster was essential in introducing the company to the public, the Model 3 has ultimately established Tesla as an industry leader in EVs worldwide. And Elon Musk is furthering the popularity of the Tesla Model 3, making it even more desirable by adding a slew of fresh enhancements for 2023. In that case, what upgrades are being made to the Model 3 by Tesla? And what impact will it have on the buying public?
This will still be an amazing car. You will not be able to buy a better car for $35,000.
Now, the only concern for Model 3 buyers is the price trajectory over the past few years. That being said, how much will a Tesla Model 3 be in 2023? When Elon Musk unveiled the Model 3 in 2016, he said it would cost $35,000. The price of a Model 3 has steadily increased, and now it appears that the $35,000 Tesla that so many people had hoped for will remain just that, a dream. Even still, the Model 3 remains Tesla's lowest priced vehicle. In 2023, the base price of a Tesla Model 3 electric car would be $46,990, and the top-of-the-line performance model will cost $62,990. And to get all the bells and whistles on your Model 3, you'll need to spring for the $82,000 performance model. But worry not, because you may still get a $7,500 federal tax credit. In contrast, the base model of the 2022 Polestar 2, which competes with the Tesla Model 3, begins at $45,900. The top-tier Polestar 2 begins at $49,900. Even though the Polestar 2 costs over $1,000 less, the Model 3 still outperforms it. Compared to the fastest Polestar 2, the Model 3 performance needs only 3.1 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. In any case, should you buy a fully loaded new Tesla Model 3 electric car in 2023? Options and add-ons are available for an additional fee. However, the first step is to choose an overall color scheme for both the interior and exterior. Red multi-coat, the most costly option, increases the price by $2,000, and choosing the black and white interior color option adds an additional $1,000. There's also a $6,000 enhanced autopilot option. What's more, the Model 3 comes with a mobile connector, which costs $200, and a wall connector at $400 for use in the convenience of charging while at home. The full self-driving system is a product with a controversial name that costs $15,000. Compared to the base trim's pricing of $46,990, the fully equipped version's estimated $82,000 is quite a bit higher. In contrast, if you have the financial means to do so and are interested in the highest possible performance from your Model 3, it may be worthwhile to invest in a fully kitted 2023 Model 3. But at such a price, what's new with the exterior of the Tesla Model 3 for 2023? Any Model 3 produced after the 4th of October will be considered a 2023 model. The 10th digit of the vehicle identification number, or the VIN, will now be a P for 2023 instead of an N for 2022, as it does not have a conventional engine that needs cooling like the BMW 3 Series, Mercedes C-Class, or Audi A4. The Tesla Model 3 forgoes even a grille on its bumper. Instead, there's a little intake, some fog lights, and a license plate on the front.
Roof area is actually one continuous pane of glass.
It has that classic Tesla characteristic, a short front end, a sloping rear end, and a large glass roof. Anyway, will the Model 3 have a new paint color? In 2017, Tesla offered only 7 exterior paint choices for the 3. These hues were nearly identical to the company's current core selection. Discontinued colors Obsidian Black Metallic and Silver Metallic were available up until 2018. For the 2017 model, there was only one option for the Model 3's interior color, black. But in 2023, the Model 3 will be available in the 5 most popular hues, from flashy pearl white to sophisticated black. The interior of the Model 3 is where the revolution takes place. Unlike the supposedly simple Audi A4 and Jaguar XE, the Model 3's cabin has no physical controls. What else is special about the interior of the new Model 3? There are numerous factors to justify placing an order for the Model 3. The starkness of its interior is perhaps the most notable feature, and it's made for people who appreciate elegance in understatement.
But it actually feels great on the front seats. That's what gives you the leg room to have 5 adults.
In a tweet from December of 2018, Elon Musk strongly recommended the white seats in response to a question about Tesla upholstery. His tweet is, "Seats are white and highly stain resistant. Should red wine be accidentally spilled on the seats, it may be easily cleaned." The premium kit includes white upholstery throughout the interior, including the seats. But what's exciting is that it'll save you an extra $1,000 to own a Tesla Model 3 in 2023. Honestly, the all-white interior of a Tesla is just a surreal atmosphere. As a result of its supple texture, white leather makes for a more inviting seating surface. When setting out on a lengthy trip, this will undoubtedly come in handy for both the driver and the passengers. Black upholstery absorbs more heat, another reason why Tesla and others choose white. Performance is a very important aspect. So, which battery pack will the Tesla Model Y of 2023 be equipped with, and how big is the Tesla Model 3's battery going to be? As a result of advancements in battery cell technology, the battery capacity for the 2023 Tesla Model 3 can be anywhere from 50 to 82 kilowatt hours. You can purchase the new Model 3 with 2 battery options. Every new single-motor rear-wheel drive Tesla comes equipped with Tesla's new lithium iron phosphate battery pack, which is used in the base rear-wheel drive trim. The new battery has an EPA-rated range of 272 miles and is cheaper to manufacture. Comparing the base model's range in 2021, we can see a gain of 9 miles. The long-range and performance variants, which have a dual motor and all-wheel drive, are powered by an 82 kilowatt-hour battery. The Model 3 long range's maximum range is 358 miles, thanks to the battery pack under the back seat. The Polestar 2 is a high-end 5-door fastback that uses 2 electric motors and a 78 kilowatt-hour battery to achieve an expected driving range of 310 miles. From what we can tell, the Model 3 is still the most versatile option. But speaking of motors, what's under the hood of the Model 3? The Model 3 has 279 horsepower and 330 pound-feet of torque in its rear-wheel drive base trim. That amount of power, according to Tesla, allows for a 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds. The high-performance Model 3 can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.1 seconds because of its 450 horsepower and all-wheel drive setup. It's lightning fast, and it almost becomes addictive. That's about the speed of a Lamborghini Aventador, for the record.
Even the base Model 3 will do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in less than 6 seconds.
Anyway, by replacing its AC induction motor with a permanent magnet motor for the Model 3, Tesla made a major shift in its electric motor approach. The electric motors in the front and back are distinct. The front electric motor is an induction motor, while the motor in the back is an internal permanent magnet synchronous reluctance motor. The efficiency of the two motor types is the driving force behind their use. The majority of the time, the extremely effective permanent magnet motor is what's being used. The front induction motor generates regenerative power and is free to spin when not in use. But this Tesla's real strength is its first-class onboard technology. So, what features are going to be updated for the Model 3 of 2023? First off, we have full self-driving. Through his Twitter account, Elon Musk revealed that Tesla had started the initial distribution of FSD Beta version 11. As the first iteration of the advanced driver assistance system to employ a single stack for city and highway driving, we're eagerly awaiting the update. Some Tesla owners have noted that the FSD Beta 10.69.3.1 update has been installed on their less frequently driven vehicles or vehicles with safety ratings below 80. One of them was a driver whose safety rating is only 62, who often takes his Model 3 performance out on the track. Next, we have reverse summoning. The full self-driving beta could include summoning functions like the intelligent auto parking reverse. The Tesla app's Smart Summon autopilot feature has been upgraded with a new feature called Reverse Summon, which sends your car racing to you when you summon it. On the other hand, if you use Reverse Summon, you will dispatch the automobile away in search of a parking spot. Eventually, it'll be able to drop you off and then drive your Tesla to a parking spot without your intervention, which is music to the ears of many city motorists, and it's fantastic because we won't have to drive around looking for a parking spot. Next up is the Dolby Atmos surround sound system. With the help of big record companies, Tesla has been working hard to bring Dolby Atmos to the Model 3 for 2023. Atmos is a surround sound system created by Dolby Laboratories. The listener is surrounded by a 360-degree dome of sound thanks to Dolby Atmos's overhead speakers. The system was originally developed for use in commercial theaters and then adapted for use in private homes. But now, Dolby Atmos's introduction into vehicles appears to have piqued the interest of other automakers, as both Volvo and Mercedes-Benz have revealed plans to incorporate the technology into some of their models. Next, we have the inclusion of the AMD Ryzen processor. Some Model Y and 3 vehicles were manufactured by Tesla with updated AMD Ryzen CPUs and graphics processing units. Once upon a time, the Tesla Model 3 and Y relied on the entry-level, low-power Intel Atom graphics processing chip. The latest AMD Ryzen CPU, or MCU3, has greatly improved browser speed and scrolling smoothness. All this at the cost of consuming more energy than its previous Intel Atom GPU models. The Model 3's range, which was reduced by 13 miles due to the increased power usage. However, with software upgrades, improved thermal management in future vehicles, and advancements in battery technology, Tesla solved the issue. Removal of ultrasonic sensors. Ultrasonic sensors are common in anti-collision systems because of their ability to identify nearby objects and aid in parking. Tesla claims it is sure that removing the sensors will not harm the safety of its customers because it had previously removed radar from its new vehicles without any decrease in its active safety ratings. If Tesla's prediction that it will produce 1 million vehicles per year in the future comes true, the company will save an estimated $100 million or more yearly. Earlier last month, Tesla said they will switch to using only Tesla Vision to deliver autopilot, enhanced autopilot, FSD capability, and active safety features in all Model 3 and Y vehicles that it manufactures for North America, Europe, the Middle East, and Taiwan. According to Tesla, a total of 8 cameras are used in the Tesla Vision system, 2 facing rearward, 3 facing forward, 1 facing backward, and 2 facing front. When can we expect the 2023 Tesla Model 3? The launch of the 2023 Model 3 is scheduled for the winter of that year, but customers won't be able to get their hands on the luxury EV until the following year. In the current model year, some customers have reported waiting 7 to 11 months for a Model 3 EV to be built, which won't be expected to alter in the new year. However, Tesla enthusiasts are used to waiting and not being able to get their hands on the company's products. You probably won't be able to acquire a 2023 Model 3 until at least the spring or summer of 2023. Though it's no longer under $60,000, the Model 3 still seems like a steal for its performance and range. Do you think that the 2023 Model 3 will include all of these upgrades? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Otherwise, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to Tesla Car World and for your support. If you enjoyed the video, please leave us a like, share with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring the bell so you can be the first to know about the latest and greatest in the world of EVs and green technology. Once again, thank you so much, and we look forward to your return in our future episodes. Until then, take care and be safe.